You're only 6 steps away from a fuller life with more self-esteem. That's what you need if you want to be better able to cope with life's difficulties. Self-esteem determines how we respond to challenges, and fortunately, building confidence in ourselves is just a matter of drawing on 6 action-based pillars. The key lies in our behavior, since what we do is the most important factor that determines a healthy self-esteem, and with the help of psychologist Nathaniel Branden's guide, everyone can achieve it. We don't need it to survive, but we cannot live a full life without it. Our self-esteem becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So let's take a journey through the following 6 practices for daily living to create a healthy self-esteem. Pillar 1. The practice of living consciously. The foundation of self-esteem is living with awareness, because every day we make decisions that either do or don't demonstrate a commitment to conscious living. Example, by not buying clothes we can't afford, we live with awareness, and thereby this decision nurtures our self-esteem. Living consciously is living responsibly toward reality and not confusing our feelings with facts. Receiving a bad result and feeling like it's the end of the world is the opposite of living consciously. We have to understand that our feelings are not an infallible guide to truth. This entails a mind that is active rather than passive, and that's the most fundamental act of self-assertion. It's our choice to think, to seek awareness, understanding, knowledge, and clarity. Living consciously also means being present to the experiences of the moment, since the present is all we have. A sure recipe for persistent melancholy is being unable to experience the happiness of now because of what might happen tomorrow or because of what happened in the past. And if we don't want to live on autopilot, imprisoned in an echo chamber, we need to be open to updating our views and beliefs. Living consciously also means being receptive to new knowledge and willing to re-examine old assumptions. Pillar 2. The practice of self-acceptance. Choosing not to live in conflict with ourself is essential to build self-esteem. We often confuse self-acceptance and self-esteem, but there's a big difference between them. Self-acceptance is something we do, whereas self-esteem is something we experience. Branden says that self-acceptance happens on 3 different levels. First, self-acceptance means being always on your own side, or in other words, being egoistic about your own life. This natural egoism is the birthright of every human being. We have to choose to value ourselves, to treat ourselves with respect, and to stand up for our right to exist. Second, self-acceptance means that we're willing to experience all our emotions, both good and bad, even if we disapprove of some. This is essential because we can only change what we accept, and if we deny that some unpleasant reality exists, we won't try to change it. Remember, we cannot forgive ourselves for an action we will not acknowledge having taken. The third and final level of self-acceptance means being a friend to ourselves. Let's treat ourselves with kindness by accepting our poor behavior so we can empathetically question why we behaved poorly. It's not about avoiding responsibility, no. It's about comforting ourselves after accepting it. So let us learn to accept what we cannot change and improve what we can, because self-improvement can only follow self-acceptance. Pillar 3. The practice of self-responsibility. Similar to self-acceptance, self-responsibility is also something we do so that we can increase our self-esteem as a result. In fact, self-acceptance goes hand in hand with taking responsibility for ourselves. It entails taking control of our existence and our happiness by being solution-oriented. Let's ask the following question whenever a problem arises. What can I do about it? And never blame others. Our behavior is our responsibility. It's not someone else's job to make us happy, and acknowledging this fact will help us empower ourselves. Branden says that when we take responsibility, we take ownership of our life, behavior, and well-being. This will benefit our self-esteem because it is empowering. Remember, nothing feels as rousing as the knowledge that we are finally the master of our own fate. This also means being responsible for how we prioritize our time. Now ask yourself, do you want to watch more videos like this to gain rich knowledge and implement what you learn to jumpstart your life? Pillar 4. The practice of self-assertiveness. Brandon suggests to never speak or act in ways that are not in line with our thoughts or our beliefs. And when this means we have to oppose others, we could express our refusal politely. Let's stay authentic to our true self, also under pressure. This fourth pillar of self-esteem means that we assert ourselves by expressing what we want, need, and what we value in appropriate ways. Example: imagine we're at a party and we hear someone saying something racist that we find offensive. Having the courage to state our opinion is practicing self-assertiveness. Each time we express ourselves or stand up for our values, we strengthen our sense of self-esteem. To practice self-assertiveness, we need the conviction that our beliefs are important. Of course, having a subtle fear of asserting our rights is actually quite normal, because it comes down to an instinctive thought process in which we fear provoking disapproval or resentment. So let's counter this mindset by having the courage to simply be who we are, by being self-assertive. Pillar 5, the practice of living purposefully. Without a purpose in life, we don't have a standard by which we judge what is worth or not worth doing. When we live with intention, we don't just react to what happens. Instead, we proactively decide what our long-term goals are. We create plans to achieve them, and then we implement those plans. Brandon explains that living purposefully improves our self-esteem by improving our confidence in our own capability. Example: imagine you've just finished your first marathon. Your confidence rises not because you finished it, but because you were able to create and follow a training plan that led you to this fulfilling goal. Pillar 6, the practice of personal integrity. Making our behavior match our words, that's personal integrity. Personal integrity can manifest itself in many small everyday things, such as keeping promises and telling the truth, even when lying would make things easier. Dishonesty and hypocrisy show a lack of personal integrity. If we strive to behave in ways that reflect our values, we act with integrity. This involves examining why we have certain values and changing them if necessary. Because sometimes we hold values we learn from others but we no longer believe in. Sometimes the sixth and last pillar of self-esteem can be the most difficult to practice. We live in a society where immorality is normal, but personal integrity is vital for a healthy self-esteem, so let's never sacrifice it. Brandon warns that when we act without integrity, we damage our self-respect and therefore our self-esteem. The challenge for people today, and it is not an easy one, is to maintain high personal standards while feeling that one is living in a moral sewer. So practicing personal integrity requires the congruence between our words and our behavior. Even if this is the easiest pillar to grasp, it's the hardest to lean upon. And these are the 6 pillars of self-esteem by Nathaniel Branden. What's your opinion? Do you think Brandon's principles offer a manual for building self-esteem? Comment below and be sure to subscribe.